this dancehall thing, man, really they go out of proportion and now, brother, man. You have really part of programs to that, man. A sports program, this, you know what I mean? We barely are getting a sports, you know what I mean? Today, the UEFA champion, UEFA, we call it with the league with United and Arsenal and them things. We know here no.
Wagwan Tracey.
Wagwan is what assassin name now. Jeffrey Campbell Owa. Is Owa the name?
Was it OD?
OD. Jeffrey Campbell OD.
What did you get? Order of distinction or order of merit? Is what we're asking.
Or something.
Oh man. Then Xavier, if you ask us, get this not just
me ask Xavier first. Oh, you mean Google it?
Yeah, but I do them something all the time. I green having teeth before music.
Big up Jeffrey Campbell or something another. Them confused me. It's a list of them, you know.
I think it's OD.
It's OD. That's the first one on the list.
I think
you know what's having a big discussion with
be
some
careful
people.
of first. Can I say first comes from two ends? So you have order of bravery, order of from down so come up here.
What's that? Morning, Jenny.
Morning, Putu.
What's happening?
I'm good.
You are?
Yes, I'm giving thanks.
What kind of mystery you're up to today, though?
You mean like I chain my
No,
hair?
not mystery.
Oh, you know?
Not mystery. Mischief. Mischief is the word.
Oh, you know, so you know, so from we dress so.
Yes, something.
Let me tell you a little secret. And I'm just so I take buy new hair. And isn't it nice that I never had to beg him $1? You know those girls who go run and beg me and I say, help me to pay for my hair. Which one?
Order of distinction.
So I was right.
So Xavier, put a phone a big somewhere. Thank God. So it's OD. It's OD. Order of distinction. Jeffrey Campbell. Order of distinction.
Exactly.
Yeah, you were saying about your hair now.
No, I'm saying, of course, I'm always up to see how flamed it is. It is
yes,
inflamed. Yeah. And then when I wear these dresses, you know, he knows I'm up to something. Because from in a gym clothes,
exotic look.
Some things are going on.
Where you going?
I'm going to the Pegasus. Are you coming?
No, okay, I'm working.
Okay. well, I'll be doing the same.
You're taking Xavier? You're taking Xavier with you?
Xavier take too long for call.
Or not this occasion?
Take too long. Take too long for find OD. Take too long for get rid. Take too long.
Big up yourself,
You're not find Wayne Shaw to talk to Wayne yet?
I spoke to Wayne, man.
Okay.
But he's not going to speak publicly until after the resignation.
I'm Mr. Wayne very private.
You spoke to him yesterday?
No, me leave him alone. I was supposed to go train him at school.
Yeah, man. Him under some vibes.
So me I leave him alone.
Same can't take it no more, man. Frustration. Frustration. And I was saying it, I think I said it yesterday. The thing about it with Wayne is that Wayne never went seeking that job, you know.
That don't mean
say
enough it take frustration. Because all of we have frustration now with jobs.
Yeah, with that kind of leadership position, you're going to get
exactly.
You're going to get tested.
He never accept it because he thinks that they're going to smooth him over like aisle. A football, you know. And the roughest sport.
The roughest thing.
So what's in there for JFF?
Make me feel football, the biggest egos.
Only that's wicked.
No man, are egos.
True.
An ego run football. Big up yourself, Jenny.
Holy pet.
Big up yourself. Young girl feel like I'll stay around there and fight till about 9:30.
Him have a nice shoes. Him have a new shoes.
Me like when young girl feel war around there.
Why? Over to you.
We're going to play the war as backdrop to the sports explosion. So see if anytime you see them start arguing, just turn it up a little bit at explosion.
We did a war about Spice.
Spice. Well, is it fake news?
That him say not fake.
She hasn't said anything.
You say fake, now you change your mind?
Or is it a publicity stunt? Spice, me not put it past Spice, we pull that something as publicity stunt.
I don't know whenever that this a Garfield ago. I that Garfield ago.
I was listening to Pastor Marian's prayer this morning.
You're on her page?
But I saw it popped up on Facebook.
I know she's praying for Spice.
Yeah, man, then a heartfelt prayer, man. Almost tears have come to her eye, man. And people questioning how genuine it is. I don't think it should.
So therefore, is it real or not real? They will tell you. You find out everything by your show. They will tell you.
Big up Jenny. Up already. I know the sports fans are a bit upset because me and Jenny chat too long. You can't come between me and Jenny. You understand me? We have a special relationship here. She doesn't like me very much, you know, and I don't like her either.
Foolishness!
But we still have... but we still have a special relationship. All right. Speaking of, Christmas time is coming. I know people, this time of the year we tend to have a little bit more fun and less beating and teaching and kind of I was going to say let we hear down, but we don't really, we don't do the let down here because, we have that option is is not on the table for me. But you don't know. Maybe I should not be bludgeoning some of my colleagues and some of the callers when them talk nonsense on the show so much. In keeping with the spirit of Christmas. Because I said that no. Come on with the foolishness this morning and see what I'm doing. Anyway, all right. Bang. A couple of things quickly. First of all, the Jamaica Scorpions, they will look to rebound today in their second game of the regional 50 overs. They play the Barbados Trident at 1 o'clock today after being clobbered by Jimbo Cornwall and what them name? The Leeward Islands. Yeah, so they look to rebound today against what I think is probably a stronger team than the Leewards. But we shall see what we shall see. And Pakistan also in the news. They beat South Africa to remain mathematically relevant in the ICC T20 World Cup. And speaking of Pakistan, former Pakistani all-rounder and Prime Minister Imran Khan was shot in his leg in Pakistan. You know him turned politician. Yeah, so apparently, you know Pakistan, how them for them politics in that turmoil already. Apparently Imran Khan was forced to step down, but he was still on the campaign trail. But never get to read the story, because I just saw it this morning pop up on BBC. So apparently he was on the campaign trail and got shot in his leg. Imran Khan. But remember Imran Khan? Arguably them say the greatest all-rounder. Certainly Pakistan is greatest all-rounder. I think it's Pakistan's greatest all-rounder. I can read a little bit of the story. All right. Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan has been shot and wounded in the leg in an attack on his protest march in the eastern city of Wazirabad. Yeah. A senior aide told AFP news agency it was an attempt to kill him, but police are yet to confirm that he was the target. Yeah. Mr. Khan who is now 70. That's how time fly. Imran Khan is 70. He was leading the march on the capital Islamabad to demand snap elections after he was ousted in April. The former Prime Minister was seen being taken to hospital in Lahore. A party spokesman said he had been hit in the shin. So it don't sound like it too serious. You get me? But you get ousted from power. And you gone back to the streets and talk about snap election. What happened to these people? And when you think about this thing with sportsmen venturing off into politics, is it a viable option? Politics is a popularity contest, basically, you know. And with some of these sportsmen in their respective jurisdictions, they are extremely popular. Extremely popular. You know, you can say the case of George Weah, the current Liberian president. George Weah was a world-famous footballer, and he exploited his football popularity and cult-like status in the country to win the democratic elections, as did Imran Khan in Pakistan. But I suppose these are the kind of things that come along with being Prime Minister. All right. What else I wanted to mention? All right, before I even forget it, before I forget it, I'm going to mention this still. The new season of TVJ's Center Circle starts tonight, 8:30 p.m. Produced by my colleague in the sports department, Brian Lewis. And I was looking at some of the episode that will be aired tonight. Interesting. You remember former national player Dennis Stylo Ibanks? Boy, Stylo, them talk to Stylo. And Stylo not in the best of condition right now. We don't want to go into too much detail. Watch Center Circle later. But it's a well put together documentary, I call it. Yeah, football documentary. I mean, it's been in the making for a while. Well, the season starts tonight. And more local football stories as well. But I think the Stylo Ibanks story is you probably going to bring little tears to your eyes still. Because Stylo, I don't know if people remember. I guess a lot of probably the older folk out here in the radio land. Well, not really the older folk, but Stylo was what? Stylo was what? Late 80s, early 90s, in that period. Stylo is one of the biggest schoolboy footballers, you know. In a Jamaican, in a Jamaican context, when we talk about skillful, Stero was one of the most skillful footballers. He used to play for St. Diego. Yeah. Stero used to shift you and pile you and score a goal and beat him chest. I remember that was his MO. He used to beat him chest. Bam, bam, bam. And people, ironically, you know, it's Bertie Spelly used to coach at Stero Ebanks Diego team. Bertis, you know. I remember talking to Bertis a lot of times. And Bertis, I don't know if he still holds to it, but Bertis had consistently said at one point that Dennis Stero Ebanks is the most talented schoolboy footballer I've ever coached. And Bertis coached a whole heap of schoolboy football gems. Yeah, but Stero was not an ordinary schoolboy footballer. Extremely, it was brilliant, very popular, very skillful, instinctive dribbler. So Stero went talk and the center circle this evening. So listen to that and make what you can of it. Alright, guess what? The Maverick have a special guest this morning, you know. Not in the house, but on the phones. We go to a quick break and then we have a chit chat with our special guest. Soon come back. Sports Explosion, soon come. Alright, welcome back. By the way, people, next week the Sports Explosion will have some tickets to give away to the Reggae Girls game at the National Stadium. Not just tickets. It's giveaway season, you know. So we'll be giving away some supporters' jerseys as well for the Reggae Girls coming up in their games against Paraguay. So make sure you go out and support, and we'll be helping you in that regard. All right, the center circle will be aired at 8:30 p.m. tonight. Remember, center circle, don't miss it. Right there on TVJ. All right, I want to say a special good morning to our another. Is this a first-time guest on the show? I think so. Mr. Owen Hill. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
He's the new CEO of the PFJL. It's a new position that was created especially for Mr. Owen Hill. He's on secondment from the private sector, and he's now fully focused on being the Chief Executive Officer of the PFJL. Morning, Owen, and welcome to the Sports Explosion, sir.
Morning, overall, and good morning to the listeners of the Big Bad Sports Explosion.
Yes, sir, you got that right. All right, Owen, first things first. You know Jamaican people stay, and people generally, them see a man like you get elevated to this particular position. They want to know what your football pedigree is, and you know what you know about football. How did you become connected to football? What is your football story, my boss?
Oh, my football story is far and wide, you know. Yeah, man, it's far and wide. It probably touch all the sectors that you possibly can think about within the ecosystem. Mm-hmm. So I started out as a player. I mean, the typical player who would have played all of the schoolboy tournaments,
yes,
you know, growing up. So the under 13, under 14 at the time, we call it Pepsi.
Yes.
Under 16, we call it Colt. Under 19, we call it Manning Cup. So I played those competitions, and I played the age group competitions within the parish. So Kasafa, you'd play for Real Mona. I played for Real Mona. I played for Portmore United, you know, because I'm from Portmore originally.
Yeah.
So I would have played the sport all the way through, and then, you know, I went to university, and I was a part of that university team that
was in the Premier League as well.
Right,
yeah.
Right. So
I remember you lumbering around the field in that UA team. I remember you.
Yeah, man, lumbering.
And you played Manning Cup for KC too, right?
Yeah, man. I was the captain of the KC Manning Cup team.
Yeah.
2-3 years. Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right. So you're eminently qualified for the position. Now that you've outlined your football pedigree, your phone sound like it acting up though. Is that happening, Garfield? Sound like him get cut off. Okay. Are the phone lines? All right. Sorry about that, people. You know, we have some gremlins in the Sports Explosion phones sometime. So we wanted to. Mr. Hill is the man, is the new front man for the PFJL. So we want know that we had gotten that information out of the way. Wanted to get a little bit more insight as to what he's bringing to the table as the CEO, and what But how it's been so far, the challenges, if there's any. You understand? So we're going to go back and chat to Mr. Hill in a minute. All right, a little bit on schoolboy football. We try to reconnect with Mr. Hill. I understand that Clarendon College and one other team, is it Frome Technical? I think they secured their place in the next round of the Doncaster Cup yesterday. Clarendon College beat the unbeaten, they were unbeaten up to yesterday, York Castle. Yesterday in a water saturated field at, where was it? Jacks Hall. Yeah, so Clarendon College. I think Clarendon College are obviously, I was saying it yesterday, obviously the favorites for the Doncaster Cup. As we said, I was saying it to somebody yesterday. Lady Hyde is basically using the Chapelton Maroons to qualify for the Premier League and to prepare the Clarendon College team to come win back the schoolboy football, to come scrape the football titles this year. So, they prevailed over York Castle, who was marching on merrily, unbeaten up to this point, and they went down to York Castle backyard. And I was saying to somebody, they played in muddy conditions. By the time the ball has stopped on the park, and you run the danger of the referee calling it off. But I was saying that to say that the way that Clarendon College generally play under the guidance of Lenny Hyde, they are going to struggle in these conditions. And York Castle actually went ahead. Yeah? And for say, Chapelton Maroon. Sorry, Clarendon College. They fought their way back to win the game 2-1. So Clarendon College, I think the favorites are sending them signal right now. Glenmere around there make some noise too, and I remember say William Knibb still impressive. And yesterday I think when I was speaking about William Knibb, I said they tend to be bullies around for them zone there, so but I was regally brought to books by suggesting that William Knibb not beat nobody outside of them zone. When I was told they beat actually 3 teams already since the end of the first round. So they beat Cornwall College, understand, they beat Petersfield, and who is they beat again? So William Knibb are genuine contenders for the Doncaster Cup out there. But we shall see what we shall see. Alright. What's the one mention again? Bang. What else did I watch again? Did I see some Champions League yesterday? Some dead rubbers. The games were basically decided. I think Chelsea already top the group. All of the English teams, except Liverpool, I think top them group. Tottenham Spurs prevailed to top their group. And of course City, playing in a dead rubber, they also won. I'll go on Facebook this morning and I say, say City fans now, rapidly, City and Pep fans, because one in all, the same set of work on this time. Because all of the City fans, they must have work on this when they have no team. Yeah, they just a jump round and talk about City and Pep and City and Pep. So, apparently Pep run out one of the youngsters and him score a goal. I don't remember what his name. So the wing back. So one of the man them run a Facebook post about, you see it? Over Tracey said Pep don't carry 2 players, boss. You play a dead rubber game where you could afford to lose, when that was not important, not of any high intensity. And one of your French players score a goal and that represent carrying through a player. Pep fans and City fans are becoming very pathetic. They are pathetic in the way they reason football. They will compromise Louis' name. They will compromise the otherwise intelligent thoughts just to defend Pep Guardiola and City. Anyway, Owen is back. Morning, Owen. Sorry about that.
Morning. Good morning again.
Sorry about that. We had some issues with the phones, my boss. Yeah, I just wanted to know now. All right. So your new position. First of all, you're on secondment from the private sector. Which company you affiliated in the private sector? You're affiliated with?
JN Group.
Okay, JN Group. Okay.
Specifically JN Money Services.
Okay. All right. So what's it been like so far? You've been in the job a couple of months now, I think. What's it been like so far, coming into football, leaving corporate and coming into football and trying to get things done?
Well, firstly, I must say that it's feeling like home. And when I say like home, back into a space where I spent a lot of my time. So the sporting circle, specifically football, is where I find my happiness for the most part. So being back in the space is, it's a nostalgic kind of feeling, but it's also importantly a tough role, because the stakeholder management side of it is important, and it's far and it's wide, and the different types of people, the different groups, the different sectors is massive. It's massive overall. So I kind of had a 100-day plan coming into the space, and we're just executing as we're going along. So as you can see, the league would have kicked off, would have had some special projects that also kick off, and we're looking to execute on some more. Yeah.
All right, the league. All right, the first season of the new PFJL, they had a bumper season last year with a massive climax, a great final, some great crowd, some great vibe, especially coming to the back end of the season, coming out of the pandemic and all of that. So it was a big bounce for local football. What you and your team, what do you have in place to try and at least to maintain that momentum? And if I know the chairman, Mr. Williams, good enough, I think he'll want to better what went down last year. What kind of plans you guys have in terms of keeping that momentum going?
The adage that says the reward for good work is more work, right?
Yeah.
So we actually have more work, more projects on the horizon. So as you mentioned, last season we ended on a high, and we want to maintain that high going into this season. It's going to be difficult because you're talking about 8 months worth of football consecutively every weekend.
Yeah.
But what we try to do is to infuse the entertainment and cultural side of it.
Yeah.
To ensure that Jamaicans are not just viewing football as football. You're now looking at it as an experience. So when you come to the games, you're not just coming to watch football. You may just see a guest artist. You may just see a freestyle juggler. You may just see some activation from sponsors that will allow you to feel like you want to come back.
Okay, you're planning that kind of experience for with what frequency for the Monday night football fixture? You're planning to do that for the weekend fixture?
For all of the games. Typically Monday night is seen as that game that everybody wants to be a part of.
Right.
But there are games on Sunday. Predominantly, most of the games will be on Sunday. So, for example, if we have a doubleheader in Jacksal, it's only sensible to have that discussion to activate in Jacksal on a Sunday, and then on a Monday back wherever we are.
Makes sense.
Similarly, in Montego Bay, if we have a game on a Sunday in Kingston and we roll out to Montego Bay, expect all the fireworks on a Monday night.
There were some challenges. There were some challenges coming into the new season, Owen. I don't know. Well, you must be aware of it. Where some of the clubs wanted to go back to their home grounds to play their games on their home ground. Obviously, the PFJL had its way in maintaining the format from last year, in having select grounds so you can have television spectacle in terms of better aesthetics and better crowd control and that kind of thing. How is that process going in terms of having the clubs on board in this with this thrust for market the league and get it to another level?
Well, it's a partnership, and we keep having those kinds of discussions at the senior level to get the clubs and the officials to understand why we're doing what we're doing. So we're not just getting up randomly to make a decision out of context. We are saying, because we want the football to be better, and it is done on better fields, the players feel better, the broadcast quality is better, the overall product is better, then why not stick to this model? Yes, you will have the discrepancy of a team feeling like they're not playing at home.
Yes.
But for the most part, once you're playing on a good football field, as a footballer, I know this, regardless of where you're playing, quality is going to be quality, and it's going to show.
But some of the clubs will argue that home advantage is real in football, and if you're giving up your home advantage, you're giving up a significant, percentage of your chance of prevailing in the league and performing better in the league. How are they? What's the temperature like now with the people who are pushing back against this format? Are they now convinced and fully on board, or them abide by the rules but with a little undercurrent of bad feelings? How is that?
Well, I mean, I think they're fully feeling comfortable about certain things. There's still, nuances that you have to appeal to the different stakeholders. But I think for the most part, most of the stakeholders are on board because they've seen the benefits. They've seen the benefit of it. Like I said, the players that they have in their ranks, they like the fact that the games are being played at venues that facilitate skills.
Yes.
The fans are happy because the amenities and the circumstances around what the football is being exposed to is better than most. So you find that, yes, there's still, some apprehension, I will call it. But for the most part, once there's a litmus test and you show that this is why it works, these are the positives of it. Yes, we know that there's a negative of feeling like you're losing your home support or home advantage. But,
yes.
I mean, quality will prevail overall. So I think we're getting people on board for the most part. And as we move through into the strategy, I think more and more the stakeholders will be feeling comfortable. And
the objective, of course, the end game is to produce a better television product. Because Owen, that the real money in football come from television. It's not the 5 or 6 or 7,000 people where sit down in the stands. I mean, they are important as well, But if you're talking about real financial viability, then you have to try and create a good television product, and that is where the money this big money that we hear about in the EPL and the Spanish La Liga and all them something. It's not the 20,000 and 40,000 people in the stands drive that kind of financial outturn, It's the millions of dollars that is earned from television. But
just to kind of jump in, because yes, in the theoretical sense, in the modern world, in the first world countries, television revenue is what drives a lot of the value that you see.
Right.
In our context, we may not be able to eke out as much television revenue as those other counterparts.
Yeah.
So what we have to do is find hybrid approaches to say, yes, we're going to earn a certain amount from television revenue, but we also need to earn a certain amount from the actual gate receipts.
Brilliant.
People coming into the stand. Because our context largely is split.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people, or we want to drive people in the stands, and that will automatically improve the television revenues, because it makes no sense to shoot to an empty crowd either.
Yeah. And you're right. We're not in a position to get the kind of television deals that these big competitions get. But another aspect, I understand you're venturing down, another avenue you're venturing down this season is merchandising. It's been a sore point forever with local football. Not enough merchandising, not enough supporters' jerseys being sold and being promoted. What are your plans in that regard?
Yeah, well, that's a massive project that we've undertaken as well.
Yeah.
So our partners, Admiral Sports, is the official kit provider. And they would have done that through the Locker Room brand.
The kit them look good. I must compliment the Admiral. The kits look really good, brother.
Well, the kits look good. I can tell you that's largely dependent on the clubs. They are the ones who selected their styles.
Oh.
So I mean, we've moved past now just stock kits to having the clubs design their own kits, and that's what you're seeing really on show right now. So what we've had is a kind of deal that allows for replica jerseys to be produced and also be sold to people who want to engage with the clubs.
Yeah.
So the diehard fans will get a chance to represent. Similarly, the ones who we want to convert, and we'll have access. So we're looking to partner with retail stores.
Mm-hmm.
The clubs also have them in their disposal, and we're looking to market it online as well, because there's an online store that people in the diaspora know who are clamoring to feel like they're a part of Jamaica and, you know, represent their communities and their clubs will get a chance to purchase as well.
Great. Any other ideas, projects you want to mention? You know, as you venture down this road, Owen, I must say, you seem to have a full grasp of what you guys are up to, the vision for the PFJL, and it sounds good. But no, said it's harder to execute. It is easier to articulate than it is to execute, you know, Owen. So,
yes,
but
for sure.
yes,
for sure.
So, but are there other aspects of the plan you want to, you know, expound on?
Yeah, man, for sure. So I keep referring to a plan because what I want you to and the listeners to be aware of, I am not just talking in a vacuum.
Yeah.
We're talking based on a strategy that was laid out, and we keep tweaking even up to last night before we came on here this morning.
Yes.
I had to sit with the chairman because similar to how any other business run, we have to review the model, what's working, what is not working, and find strategies to improve on them. So we're ultimately doing that. We're looking to engage for a knockout tournament come, you know, the period when World Cup is supposedly playing.
A national knockout.
Yeah, man. So we'll have a local competition that will allow the same teams to continuously play football without necessarily having a break. So that's going to be big.
So hold on. So will the league take a break for the World Cup?
Yes. The Premier League will be broken for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, that's national. That's global. Actually.
That's global. All leagues are suspended for the duration of the World Cup. Okay.
Right, but it works for us in a fortunate, but necessarily in some instance unfortunate. Because I mean, if we were in the World Cup, then you know a lot of our players would have had to be here.
Right.
But at the same time, it gives us an opportunity. You know, in every single crisis, there comes an opportunity.
Yeah.
And we're saying with the guidance of the JFF that yes, we can have a knockout tournament. Give it all the spice and the buzz that exists. We've engaged a partner who will be announced pretty soon, and all the shebang will be explained.
Okay.
But that tournament will gonna fit in that World Cup period. And we're expecting to have a nice show.
Yeah, definitely. And if upon scrutinizing the time for the World Cup games, it shouldn't affect the games in Jamaica because the World Cup games will be played early in the morning and early in the day.
Definitely.
Like now, like this time of the day, yeah.
There you go. So similarly, we know Jamaican. We again understanding the nuances of the culture. We know that having games in the night will bring the kind of vibrancy that we want back into the space.
Yeah.
So again, like I keep saying, it's not just football; it's an overall package that we are trying to promote in a way that people feel comfortable. So,
all right.
there will be some changes in that. Like I said, a number of projects on the pipeline. And again, this is a 3 to 5 year strategy. We're in year 3 right now. We're looking to move the needle a next level to get the overall ecosystem fully efficient.
How long is your tenure projected to be this time around? Is it a year to year thing with you, Owen?
I would say I'm in football for the long haul.
No, man. Go ahead.
So I'm on a 2-year second.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
But it may extend, it may not, depending on my own performance.
Okay.
Again, we're performance driven. I'm not gonna think, I have 2 years. I only have 2 months to do what I need to do.
Yeah.
So that is my approach, you know, and I'm being heavily measured.
Yeah.
Like I said, because I know, the expectations are high, and we keep trying to raise the bar as we move through.
Yeah. All right, Owen. This is merely your introduction. You know, what we're going to promise the listeners is that the next time we speak, you will be ordered by the Sports Explosion organization to find your way inside the studios so you can interact and take calls with the listeners and all of that. Right, sir?
Yeah, man. Definitely.
So this was like an introduction to the wider Sports Explosion family, and I think you did fairly well. We didn't manage to disagree on much. we did manage to argue.
I'm learning from the great one, Oral. You know what I mean? So with a teacher like Oral, then it's hard for you to be a bad student.
All right, my boss. So we're going to talk again. And we're going to talk. Yes, so, can we tell the listeners? The other thing that we spoke about, Owen, we can break it here. We spoke about off here.
Remember, say you break news.
Yes, sir. So, all right, here what we're going to do. Here what we're going to do in this Christmas season.
You don't break dance, you break news.
All right. So, what we're going to do, closer to the Christmas season, people, in keeping with what we always do, is that I spoke to Owen about this off here. That with the merchandising aspect of the business now, you know, them venturing down that path, we're going to be giving away some jerseys from the Premier League teams coming up in our giveaways in December. So you can stay tuned for that, all courtesy of the PFJL and the Sports Explosion. Yeah, so it's not Manchester United and Liverpool and Chelsea jersey alone. We are giving some honor. In fact, me want the Arnett Gardens jersey. If it's one Arnett Gardens jersey come and me want it. So we will be giving away some Waterhouse and Tivoli and Harborview, but not the Arnett jersey, because me control the jersey there. Good, sir.
The big number 10 in the back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So look out for that. All right, Owen, any parting shots, as we say, we're going to talk again most definitely. We want you in studio so you can sit and some of the callers can get to pick your brain on some of the issues that we're having with local football. Because issues, there will always be many, you know, when it comes to football. So we want to make the commitment now that the next time we speak, you'll be in studio to do the whole gambit.
Yeah, man, not a problem. And again, my parting shot is always the same rhetoric. Let's support our locals. Let's come out on Sundays and Mondays and represent, similar to how you wake up in the mornings or stay up late at nights to watch the international teams. Yeah. That's what drives their revenues. You spoke about TV. That is really what drives that kind of revenue.
Yeah.
You spoke about merchandising. We purchased the Liverpools and the Manchesters and the Barcelonas of this world. The kits, let's support the locals because that is really what will get the overall ecosystem to move. And let it be known, you know, create strong fan groups, similar to how you have fan groups for the different clubs. Create strong fan groups for the same local clubs, and if you think Duki now go on good, make Duki know. You know
yes,
what I mean?
Sir.
If you think Tappa now go on good, make Tappa know.
No man, there will be Tappa. One thing they do beat Tappa on this program, you know. So. If it's one local coach that is guaranteed some beat, my boss, it's Tappa. Trust me. All right, Owen. We talk again. Thanks again for your time, my boss. And we do this again. That's Owen Hill, the new CEO of the PFJL. As we said, it was like an introductory, you know, interview. Yeah. I like the way I articulate the vision. Yeah. We never rehearsed this discussion. We spoke about the merchandising and the possibility of giving away some jerseys on the Sports Explosion. And he agreed forthwith. And I like what I hear. You know, if you never like him, we don't argue with him and disagree with him. Not cuss him, but argue and disagree, which is what I do. All right, I hear the theme. So we're going to go for the break and turn over the program to the callers and the texters and the posters and tell us what you feel or what you think about some of the things you heard just now. Or, yeah, the topical issues in the world of sports. Soon come back. Sports Explosion, soon come. Welcome back. You know the drill. 8780120. That's the explosion number. The WhatsApp family. Check in there. Explosion number 8780120. The phone lines 9202053, 9206441. Quick correction. I think I said York Castle lost their first game against London yesterday. Actually, they lost now 2 in a row. So thanks to my brethren Osnal, who corrected me. Yes, so York Castle now 2 defeats on the bounce. So they're probably out of the thing now. And they were high riding. York Castle / Mount Pleasant. So we shall see what we shall see. Alright, some Thursday league I played today, you know. I was preparing at the fixtures, so, but because it's a small league, we never mentioned it. I think Arsenal played today. And I think Man U and Arsenal played today too. So yeah, when we have some dead here, we can't talk about that. But 9202053, who we have? Ricochet. Long time we don't hear from Ricochet, you know. So like him Ricochet the phone, you know. Eh? Him gone. Ricochet put it on hold. Line gone again. OMG. What are doing that, brother? Ricochet. Some Ricochet on the phone. All right, so I was listening to Ravman Powell speaking ahead of today's game and referring to the game they played against the Leeward Islands. And Ravman said they'll have to sit down as individuals and then sit down as a team and then look back at, all right, you know, say that is very cliche though. I don't know. Do like the Jamaican batsmen need to sit down after a game like they played against the Leeward Islands and look back to realize what they did wrong? It is supposed to be quite evident. Because I remember, as we said, this is a game that I watched. And I remember almost all of the dismissals. And it's not out the man them out the Jamaican batsman them, it's them out themselves. You get me? I think there's a distinct difference, you know, with the game of cricket. For the people who are overly dependent on the use of statistics, there's context to every stat where you use it. You know? Because if a man, let us say a man grab a fifer. Yeah, let us say Edo Walsh Jr. or Jimbo grab fifer. And them grab the fifer because the man was swiping out. That is a different fifer, you know, than a man a bowl and a bamboos the batsman with googly and a turn the ball across them face and all them stuff there, you know. It's a different kind of fifer, you know. And when I watch a Jamaica innings against the Leeward Islands, it's not out Jimbo and Edo Walsh out the man them. It's the man about themselves. Similar to when Nikita Miller used to bowl. Most of the people when Nikita Miller are out about themselves. It's not Nikita out them. Most of the people when Nikita Miller used to out, you know, the 500 yard regional wicket we take. And the man them out themselves and the Nikita out them. Them temperament out them. Mammee Bay, morning. Mammee Bay. No, sorry, Catter 9. Catter 9, boss. What on?
Why I'm here, oral?
I'm here, man. We kind of ease up with the Catter 9 this morning.
No, man, you have to ease up with it, man. That's a purpose of Catter 9.
We have to use it.
Yeah, man, you have to use it, man.
Yeah,
yeah. Flying machine.
Yes, sir.
I hear Andrew Mason on another station, I say.
Yes.
Apparently, this was from an interview that the station had with him from Monday night.
Yeah.
And he was saying that it could be a possibility that Desmond Haynes might be
removed?
No, not really removed, but asked to coach the side.
You serious?
Yes, man, and he was saying that he had done such a poor job as a selector, then he might jolly well do the same as a coach.
So would he step down as the head of selectors?
That now would be the $1 million question. How would he work? Would he be a coach and a selector at the same time?
Head coach and chief selector?
Yeah, how would that sound to you, Flying Machine?
No, sir, that sound like a whole heap of power in a one-man hand.
But
next thing you know, you say Raymond Reefer is captain of the team. You know?
All right. When we reach a stage now when we cannot out, but you know, sir, these are the things because West Indies cricket to be in the position that we in, all right.
Yeah, man.
When a man make 45 in the region, you know.
It's a big thing.
They start run up and down and create this.
Yeah, man. He pitched on the private newspaper, man.
But you remember
headline Sports News.
You remember this Brian Lara look-alike a couple years ago?
Bravo.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're doing.
I call him the Casco Brian Lara.
You're doing me here, Brian. Bravo name being because as soon as these guys come, you see on the scene.
Yeah, man.
And make few strokes resemble one of the past.
Yeah, man. Make a good looking 30.
Right.
And them a star.
Enlighten them on to Greenwich and Vic and those guys. Them guys your name nothing calls that just as at random, you know, man.
It's called a lowering of the standards, Katana.
You understand what I'm saying? These guys' names should be revered, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. And then now, the next thing again, Flying Machine.
Yes.
Andre Russell, 34 years old. Them are going to play in the, I think about 4 games in the Australia, some big bash tournament.
Yeah, man, I feel take that one.
I mean, the man refer to Andre Russell at 34.
As done.
No, as legend. What do you call it? No, we call people
Veteran
Andrew Russell. I'm going to say Andrew Russell is a veteran at 34.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to figure and think back as far as even 13 years ago.
Yeah.
What had Andrew Russell done for West Indies cricket?
He don't win 2 World Cup, man. He was part of 2 winning World Cup teams. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, man.
But Andrew Russell, at 34, you're a veteran still.
But veteran, when I...
Veteran don't come with the achievement, you know. Veteran come with how long. Veteran come with your age and how long you been playing.
I see what you mean, because even Chris Gayle at 41, people were clamoring for Chris Gayle to go.
Yeah.
And right now, I believe Chris Gayle, if you give Chris Gayle a bat, he would do much better than some of these guys who we have.
Veteran have nothing to do with the quality, Catalan.
Okay.
Veteran have to do with how long you've been around.
I see what you
get me, I say. So veteran status is not dependent on...
So if Reefer, your brother...
Reefer and a veteran bug that, man. A veteran journeyman bug that, you know, my boss. Biggest bug ever. It's the worst selection of the history of West Indies cricket. Raymond Reefer.
But oral...
That selection to have him bat at number 3. No, me a challenge the listening public only. A long time I talk about it, but we never really do it formally. I am challenging the listening public. You can go back for your Trinidad and Bass name, Ragonat and all of them, man. But I think Raymond Reefer, selected to bat at number 3 for the West Indies, is the worst selection in the history of West Indies cricket. Anybody can come with a worse selection than that. Get a prize in the Christmas.
Remember me tell you, man, you have to continue use the cat and nine, you know.
Yeah, man. Know that you call, man.
But I certify you as one of the new architect of the cat and nine.
Yeah, man.
Alongside Pelpa and Pioneer.
I welcome that endorsement, sir.
All right, sir. Big up yourself. Machine.
Yeah, man. Anybody can, any bugs and all them, man, they were there about long before we. Bugs, if you can come up with a worse selection in the history of West Indies cricket than Raymond Reefer to bat at number 3 in our test team, then you get a prize, my boss. But it has to be credible and it has to be a consensus to, you know, that is a worse selection, you know. No selection can be as bad as that. Whoever, Pioneer, and Lion here. Morning, Pioneer.
Yeah, man, where are the elder Maverick?
Good day, my boss.
Big up a cat and nine boss.
Yeah, man, cat and nine boss up. Run left, round someone.
What the man call it? Flying machine?
We don't know what that signifies. What I want to signify.
Nah, I'm a flying machine. You know, Alan Magnus have a big song.
Yeah, man, we know Alan Magnus song, man. Yeah, man, my mother did have a copy of it back in the day. I want she probably still have it.
A big endorsement that you get, man.
Yeah.
Flying machine, you know what I mean?
Sometimes we don't pioneer. Nowadays when people call you by something, you have to know what it means, you know, my boss.
No, man, no negative
connotation. No meaning on the panda one day.
No negative connotation you can end up in the flight machine. Because you say you go up, you see?
All right, yeah.
Big up Owen.
Yeah, man.
I used to always hear on football.
Yeah, man.
Heard him doing some analysis on different media houses.
Yeah.
And games, national games, Premier League games, schoolboy games. So it sound like I used to know the football and by him resume, sound like him have a genuine love for it.
Yeah, man. As me says, a man when to play it, you know.
Yeah, so I want to give him 100% support. And hopefully, I don't know if in some ways he's taking over the reins from Mr. Williams.
No, Mr. Williams. Okay, let me clarify that. Mr. Williams remains the chairman.
Yeah.
The new position of CEO was created for Mr. Owen Hill.
Okay.
So Mr. Williams basically still steering the ship, but as a chairman.
So it's just an addition to the team.
Yeah, man, an addition to the team.
Yeah, man, amen. Another football soldier.
Yeah, man.
Get put on the team. Can't be about it.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, all of that. Another really call about.
Yeah, man. Get to your issue, man.
Then big up the little bridge in the target.
Oh, what name again? I'm Brocky Boo. Shiffy Boo. Yeah, man, the man will lick out of the teeth when I call it. Whole out the teeth. Whole out the bright, intelligent teeth gone, man.
Alright, big up yourself, you.
That is the call of the year so far.
Sound like a good, you. See?
Big up Shiffy Boo. Anyway, that's Shiffy Boo.
By the way.
Yeah.
Shiffy Boo enlightening you about Sadio Mane.
He never enlightened. He never enlightened.
No, man, I'm enlightening you. I remember we spent an entire morning on this show. And persons like me and others are telling you that Liverpool will miss Mammee, and you disagree with us, my brother. Yeah, deny that?
No, me never. But I said you were overstating the money factor.
Good.
And that's,
All right,
that's,
good.
that's what I said.
And it is proving to be true.
Yeah.
So that shows that you're lacking. You were lacking in vision.
No,
Then,
it's just the way the guy it's way Shifibu articulated.
the man just
He articulated it better than you guys with more specificity.
Something. Well,
Yeah.
the man is stating something
Uh-huh.
in hindsight that a lot of us saw a long time ago.
Yeah.
But you never see.
No, man, he went into a little bit more nuance.
No, man, the man just said your man unique and we have to.
Yeah, man, him say he must. And if the analogy where the man use and this and demonstrate how unique it is.
saying that the man lead the press and you can't find a next man to replace him so easily, and you disagree.
Oh, no, not alone the money that say. The man was encouraging us to look at the unique qualities of Sadio Mane. It's almost like him as a Sadio Mane is
But
not.
that's a word, brother. That is just a word.
And he also said, because he's such a unique player, it is not as easy for just get another player to replace him.
So that wasn't said. That wasn't said on the day when we discussed it.
Yeah.
It wasn't said.
Yeah.
It was said, my brother.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not really want to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you know, but a man like you is a danger on the radio. Since I like a youth like Shifibu, who obviously is kind of zealous.
What?
See, another youth have a good youth. But I'm not sure, a man like you on the radio, similar to music, you have influence in my life.
What?
Because you
You have
influence.
to encourage youth like Shifibu, man.
Well, my brother, you have influence on how people think, my brother, and that is the danger with you.
Yeah.
So me hear Shifibu say something, and you jump and say, genius! The man said, the youth them know where I sing the music, see? It's like a mirror.
They know that me always I say.
No, and that is not right. But
That me always I tell you, pioneer.
This one, I'm afraid to come. I hope
Let me
people
listen. Let me listen.
But listen, I know you may talking.
Yeah,
I use a worthless.
Yeah.
Can talk to Shifibu and youth like Shifibu and people who are seek out answers like Shifibu. What is happening in the music? All right, may I show you what is a mirror? Agent Saskova sang name. Same thing again. When I tell you everything from a man wake up in the ghetto to the struggles that I'm going through to a youth to pick up gun and dead, and then when
Which one I sang? Which one I sang?
Same thing again.
Okay.
See, now when it's done, it basically him show when the youth dead, and then him come back to the thing and say, boy, the cycle I repeat, and it's the same thing again. It reminds me of a song in the ghetto. It's a foreigner thing. And I call and the Chicago man, and it show you the cycle of certain things. Them song there, mirror. What go on? See, look into my eyes about the killers. It's a mirror. Ghetto story, mirror. Cool over there where they have a tune name, Gangsters Paradise. Them song they are mirror. It's what them used to do now, Shifibu. It's like a projector. They are projecting and otherwise
Pioneer. What you have is just a generational difference in the member.
No.
I don't remember if this Shifibu said it yesterday, but somebody else said it yesterday, you know.
Yeah.
How we express ourselves back in the 90s and 80s,
right.
You know. The youth them nowadays express themselves differently, you know.
Glad you got it.
Yeah, they have a different kind of mentality. They're much more forthright in how they express themselves. They're much more aggressive in the way they go. It's just a generational difference you're describing, remember? You pick at the nuance. Gangster song used to sing in the 80s and 90s, you know, brother.
Give me a second. When you're glorifying, advertising,
no, that's how you use it. That is how you choose to categorize it.
No man.
Ninja Man never used to glorify violence back in the 80s and 90s. Ninja Man.
Yes.
Yeah, about to kill back in the days never used to glorify it. How you make it look like the youth them start glorify violence?
Alright, so what? Don't the youth them start. Who said the youth them start? Hold on, let me give you an example. Hold on.
Alright.
I'm get back to something.
Look for the rap of them.
Give me a second, man. Give me a second. I'm calling them. Give me a second. Last week Friday, I'm calling. Unfortunately, I can't get disconnected. I'm going to ask you a question about if a man do a song about running up into people's home and taking out them 10-year-old daughters. Your thing to that was there's not a market for that. But disagree. Would you agree with me saying that in a lot of ghetto communities and even some country communities, people molesting underage girls is a big problem in Jamaica?
Yeah, man, it's not.
All right,
it's a national problem. That.
All right,
a national problem. That.
Does it make a difference? But a man sing a song, in the same stuff when I tell you about. Him highlight something like that. The mama left a little too. You
ever hear a song advocate that kind of something, Pioneer?
No, but me I said to you, does it make a difference?
Just clutch and straws, my boss.
Hold on, no.
Don't clutch and straws. You ever hear a song that encourage that kind of behavior, Pioneer?
Alright, that me I said. So me I said, does it make a difference when a man sing a song?
No, man.
Hold on, brother. Stop me talk, no man, and stop try to talk over me, no king, man. Relax now, you me have to talk to the public, no?
Yeah, man.
I may ask you a question. Would it make a difference when a man sing a song? I condemn that. You know the song was stuff cutting in talk about you need a condemn that, but him talk about. How would that make a difference for a man sing a song where you endorse it and I say yes.
I think if a man sing a song where you condemn that, my boss, a fire him again.
What you say? Come again.
If a man sing a song where you endorse that, a fire him again.
Does it make a difference?
A fool you take people for Pioneer.
Does it make a difference?
If a man sing a song like that, Pioneer, where am I going to perform that song there? I'm joking, my boss.
Right.
You're clutching at straws, Pioneer.
No, I'm not touching that straws.
Yes, you are.
Hear the point to me I make to you now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You see the way how people view that kind of activity.
Yes.
It is depending on how it is portrayed in the song. If a man sing a song like that, and brother, remember Jamaica moving up.
By the way, Pioneer, one on the more interject and say something to you.
No, let me say something.
No, man, this is important for the discussion.
Right.
Because I was told yesterday that we must remember when we're discussing this issue, not to say the things that are not fit for airplay.
Yeah, but we never say nothing.
You make an example about the song where you talk a while ago.
No, but we never give explicit details. We just say a man run up in a young man.
We just tell him man say him nothing, say this something and him say it. You understand what I said to you?
Yeah.
When we're discussing this issue, my boss,
right.
some of the gory things where we are trying, you try to do it to make your point. But don't say those things on the air. Good.
You only know it, my friend. You only know it.
Good.
Alright, so may I say to you now, saying?
Yeah.
May I say to you, say? Remember, you know, in Jamaica, you come from a society in the 80s, the man is a thing about bowcat. We can say that, man, ready?
Yeah, man.
Alright. Seeing, that was condemned in song. So in the 2000s now, and in the 2020s, but people are singing about and dancing that.
Yeah.
Seeing,
so you say singing about and dance?
Hold on, listen to something, you know. How something is portrayed or how it is projected. And that's what I tell Chiefy Boo, it is a difference between a mirror and a projector. How something is projected onto the society. Then we'll determine how it is viewed. If you project the thing where you glorify it and advertise it and make it seem glamorous, brother, people are going to view it. So the thing, that thing
as acceptable.
And unacceptable. No, it will become acceptable in my mind, my lad.
But Pioneer, your argument flawed. Because I think there have been more songs done condemning some of these abhorrent behavior than songs endorsing them.
In a recent time?
What?
Brother, me have a 19-year-old.
From time immemorial, my boss.
Me have a 19-year-old.
You see all of the negative songs where you guys like to talk about? For every negative song, you have 5 positive songs and counteract them something.
Coming out of the dancehall space, no?
Same space.
No.
Probably not the same artist, but same space.
Give me 10 positive songs will come out in a dancehall.
You're not score the spectrum, my boss.
No, man, I score the spectrum. I mean, you say something.
You not score the spectrum, Pioneer. You not score the spectrum.
You say next this is my final point.
Yeah.
You say another disingenuous thing, you say.
Yeah.
You say the people who come against this thing. I mean, I figure see about people like me. You say one, we don't love the music. You don't
love the music for the youth, them I don't know.
No, well, no.
So it's out of that prejudice to come.
No. You say a couple things.
Yeah.
Me not think there's a greater dancer lover.
No, man, you misunderstand me.
No, hold on.
You don't like the music, the content of the you don't like the content of the current music.
No, me don't like some of the
Right. Me don't like some of them either. But me not gonna jump from that to say it across every inland society.
Yo, big up some artists like Massive and the music. I'm here, I do some music.
You know that me talk? Yeah.
You know me I say someone like some of the content.
Yeah,
secondly,
man.
You say some of the people me I go against is some people from some high society and different
Yeah, a lot of it is classism. Enough for me high society for me classes either.
Me are one of the most.
It can be classes from an educational standpoint too.
Me are one of the loudest voices on the radio.
Yeah, but that's something. Yeah.
And me come from the lower strata of Jamaica. Me consider myself. Me consider through my stepping day to day. Me consider myself a regular Jamaica. In some context, me consider myself a ghetto youth.
Right.
Second, you say the people them are people when I go out. Brother, you touch you a couple times, me God, more than you.
Couple times?
You touch you. How do you start?
Pioneer. Pioneer. I wind on the road thing now, you know.
Me said this. That you see that image the way that pain, you're wrong, brother. You have people out there who what we have is Jamaicans.
No man, a lot of the people Pioneer, don't deny that. Don't deny that. A lot of the people we are beat up, we get them gun board. Them not go road, my boss.
You might have a
lot of the people we are burn up them and beat up them gun board this thing. They don't go road, my boss. Don't do that.
You were trying to paint
you know that to Pioneer.
You were trying to paint this general image that is people who are from a different. Brother, I love dancehall music. My own sound, my play music.
Pioneer, are you the typical Jamaican who involved in a dancehall and critical a dancehall? Are you the typical Jamaican?
What do you mean? When you say typical?
You are not the typical critic of dancehall, my boss.
No, man, No, you
are not the typical. I am putting it to you that the typical critic, the people who criticize dancehall the most, no, you are not with dancehall, my boss. Stop the foolishness on the radio.
Anyway, let me say one, man.
And you know that too.
Let me say this into it. He's just a Jamaican, brother.
Yeah.
Who I look where I go and my society.
Yeah.
See, and I look where I go and I look how the thing has changed. If you notice, I say it the other day, you know. Even right now, these thing are going with some one popular dancehall artist in a foreign, where the youth them are themselves in a.
Yeah, but when them get themselves and them something, my boss, and have to face the consequences, you know. Don't conflate the two.
When I'm on a project that.
No, man, every youth will sing a song of that, my boss.
No, we have imagery. We have imagery of the music, we have videos and them things that come out. So we have project that fund the society. That little youth who in a rural setting, who is not really exposed to that.
Pioneer.
But they are project that are glorified and advertised.
Pioneer, I don't particularly enjoy. Pioneer, I don't particularly enjoy. In fact, I can't tell you this up front. I don't like the music video that them are making, my boss. I think them go too hard with them something. I don't like them. But boss, but I am telling the Pioneer that. Listen to me, boss. Can you listen? Can you listen a bit, Pioneer?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have been at pains to explain to you, you know.
Yeah.
That a lot of people who are critical and drawing the conclusion that you are drawing now is because they don't like the music. But I can also tell you that I don't particularly like some of the music either. But I don't finish it. I don't finish it. But I am not willing to jump from not liking the music. If say is the music why you do this or you do that.
No,
that's the difference with me and you.
Influence the youth, man.
All right.
See, especially when you add imagery to it, the same imagery where you know like, because the same mirror where you talk about.
Yeah.
It is the reflection. So when you them put it in an image, you know, basically. Instead of even hearing the music, now they would them never have to visualize that in mind. Them eyes.
You have a problem with that too. I have a problem with the proliferation of that.
Like in the videos, my brother, you are basically agree with that.
But I don't like some of the music them I how much time if you tell you that.
Pick up yourself, my brother.
You make it look like when me argue because I love all of the music. No, my boss, not like some of the music that I don't. But I am not willing to jump from not liking the music. Say is the music cause this and that.
My child, this man, it wasn't for you. It was for Shifibu.
You know, I think you feel threatened by Shifibu, you know.
No, man.
Because Shifibu so like the kind of youth. We are going to take your space in the radio talk show.
Hey, Maverick, the car get me a problem right now, but I feel like it was a risk. By the way, today I'm strong, brother.
Oh, you don't get you that problem. Are you strong today?
No, I'm strong today and I have plans. I'm going to take some car time out of my day just because...
You represent Pioneer. Happy Earth strong, my boss.
I think it was my responsibility.
Happy Earth strong, my boss.
Civic responsibility this morning.
Happy Earth strong, my boss. In the holiday we have a drink. Me buy your Earth strong drink.
We are come a thanking.
You do, my boss.
Thanking now me for this time.
Bless up, Pioneer.
Honors and respect.
Pioneer. Ricochet is back, my boss. Ricochet, you know, say the gadget where you use lick out the phone system a while ago, you know.
Yeah, I understand that still, boss. I tell us a general boss.
Pioneer.
The man, I want to even beat Danny Jed record. And for going at this about bad man.
No,
the man had shot on him now, no sense in the eye.
Why, you can't tell him that, sir.
And the man I told the show you want to look at dance style type of way.
Why say if we close that chapter then no, people, as of this week, no more discussion on a dance issue.
A 9, brother, I get a 9.
Yeah, you're gonna lay down the law now. No more discussion on this issue.
9 type of person, brother, like
Pioneer, just feel him right. Him just feel him always right, man. You know what go.
And him now win, brother, from every argument they are winning, brother.
You know, see, I don't mean call for the take out this morning. And the youth to call yesterday, you know.
Nice, me kill no, man.
And the youth to talk yesterday, you know. The man step.
To you same way to make him know, say, just limit him time, brother.
The youth step on him car yesterday, man.
The youth step on him and mash up in car more, man, but just limit him car, man.
Big up yourself, Ricochet. What?
Boy, I'm there still.
A long time I don't see your ball run out, you know, I don't know.
I don't tell lies to me, I don't stay still. I should look 1-0, you give me still, but you can't cool off the program still. But you see.
No, man, you have to face it, man, when you get them.
No, man, you see, too small little rat now, I say, beat you.
Yeah, so.
Like, me find the courage now, because when I want to say, you know, say, oh, you make that happen, brother.
It will happen during the course of a season, man. When I see ball lick your goal post, and when I look, I say, Alice, come here, I wonder where Alice is there. I see Alice on top of the D with the defender, them there, look. When they ball lick him bar and jump out, but me, I say, what kind of joke thing is this? I don't want the man ever want to take this bad 10 or 12 game and judge Jurgen Klopp. And that misses some man do, you know.
What?
I use a little 10 game here. And I say, what, because you coach a big coach. You can't have a bad patch in your career.
But Mr. Me have to wonder how you beat my bad man. Because I say, yo, oh, you make Nottingham Forest deal and lead 2-2 with them beat them.
Liverpool are capable of beating anybody in the world, my boss.
Yeah, but me say you're capable of get beaten by any little
right now.
I'm vice versa with you, but you always have me ticket bad man, me don't know why.
See, we beat City and we beat Napoli, the two of the biggest teams in the game.
You understand?
Yeah.
So when I try to say still, boss, it doesn't limit the call, the timing of the boss, man. Other people are all and everybody.
Don't know say you're on the man. You know, when Pioneer start talk more time, you know, it's
like the clock stop. Check on the record, man. Come here, right down some timing, you know, man. Danny J.
Where's the beat, Danny J?
But me see saying beat Danny J this morning, man. Yo, Mr. The man don't make no sense, brother. I ain't talk for the whole heap of music thing, brother. It's a sports program, brother.
Yeah, a Pioneer always are waiting. All right, people, after this week. Yes. What? Today's Thursday?
Today's Thursday.
We're going to do one more day if we conclude on the argument tomorrow. Otherwise, I don't want to hear not more music till next week.
Show, brother. I don't know show, brother. You're a sports, brother. Sports player, this box, brother. Big up Myrna and Shakes to me.
It's 92 FM say reggae and sports, you know. You don't know, you know.
Yeah, but on a reggae time this year, so no.
All right, sir. That's sports time. Big up yourself, Ricochet.
So big up Myrna, big up Shakes. And big up the producer.
All right, up and running, Ricochet.
All right, that's the party, yeah.
Nobody not can and say nothing about World Cup. What we say, sir? No World Cup argument. Genius. Here comes Genius to save the day, man. Genius, man.
Hello?
You've been absent for a few days, my boss.
Yeah, on purpose. Hold on, give me one.
Sort out your life, the Genius. Yeah, the World Cup discussion. By the way,
all right.
Well, we don't want to let it out still, but TVJ have some plans for the World Cup too.
Yeah.
You can't say that. We not say. No. We never said that, you know. We say, all right, but we leave it there. But we leave it there, sir. But we leave it right there, sir. Yes. Right. Yes, Genius. We're there, man.
No things, man.
We're there, man. I try to grapple with the fanatics, them and the fans, them and the biased people, them. Man.
Yeah, that's what sports talk show.
Boy, I tell you, my boss. I tell you, my boss. You're up on the Facebook page? You're not up on the Facebook page?
Yeah, I want to tell you that's even one of the things I'm call about. Because I was on it, but I changed the device. And guess what? I can't remember my email.
You forget your email?
I have to work at them.
The world run by email now, you know, brother.
Yeah, but that specific one. That specific one.
Okay, all right.
So me I try access it back, but you know you have an admin. So when me go admin now, me I wait on somebody.
If they accept you?
Yes. But
so for join the Sports Expo. Okay, all right. Then you just call yourself your name, you know, because it's an alias you call yourself, so you can just call yourself the name there.
No,
call yourself Genius. All right, go on do your thing.
But anyway still, that's all.
Yeah.
Well, listen to the discussion, Tracey.
Yeah.
We're busy. Sometimes we can't get to listen it live.
Yeah.
We listen from the podcast. Thank God to do it.
Yeah, man.
The dance. Like, you know, we have a strict policy.
Around there you got?
Yeah, man.
You know me love the dance and discussion. Same like come me love the sports discussion. So we not back it. We not back off.
Of course.
Anybody who can carry Clyde Mackenzie come if you don't want.
No one piece of the last year.
Your piece of the dancer?
Yeah, man. No, seriously.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen to the discussion.
Yeah.
And we think you're biased for it.
Bias?
Yeah, man. You think you're a music man and you're defending.
No, man, we are sports man.
Yeah, man. Honestly, you think you're a music man and you're defending.
What? No, man, me always defend freedom of expression and them something, my boss. I might think that. If that is a bias, so be it.
But why the bias still, you know? You think you're biased, you're right still, you know? Yeah. You think you're right. Listen to me. It's like, never use this example.
Yeah.
It's like you call a plumber. Your pipe break in the house, you call a plumber.
Hey.
And before you fix the leak, he map up the spill. So, you know, fix the leak, you know, but he map up the spill. That's how I say, the pipe continue to leak. He now fix the main problem first.
Right.
So the spill always a continue. It's like,
well, you sound like a genius this morning, you know, genius.
They now find the main problem, you know. They now find the little branches.
Yeah, I don't hear as much discussion and discourse on the main issues that me I hear about music, you know.
No.
So that me I use and beat them, you know. The discussion we are here, none of the main issues that are driving crime, those are not being discussed as much as the music is being discussed.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think they put in no. Come to Tracey. You when me watch BBC and other things and the matter of crime in Chicago. Me not hear them a blame, no. Me not hear them a blame entertainment sector, you know. You know what me hear them a blame about? The lack of job, the lack of opportunity in that section of the world. No, why we are blame entertainment to that?
You know why? I'm going to tell you why we don't have that discussion in Jamaica. Because Jamaica is a very politically... It's a political hotbed, you know, my boss.
Yeah, man.
And if you're there, if you come out and say, boy, we need more opportunity and we need more jobs for the young people are going to say you're political.
Yes.
That is why Jamaica don't discuss that something from the angle, you know.
No.
Instead of that, no, everybody just load up under pressure the music.
Yeah,
If a man come out and say, boy, unemployment too high in the community, the educational standard of the youth, them too poor, a man will say politics attack.
Yeah.
That's why we're so hypocritical about that something, brother.
Yeah, me not say music now by influence.
Yeah, man, but not to all the man go on, brother.
No, sir. Me not think music are the main thing you should have looked to and say a discuss, right?
And I discuss for weeks and months and Prime Minister in a parliament to talk about it and local government minister in a parliament to talk about it and all that stuff.
You have some people who are getting millions.
Yes, sir.
To solve this thing. And we shun them away and we hush them.
We protect them. Yes, sir.
We know all the responsibility to not fixing the crime.
Yes, sir.
Not fixing the problem because it's a now become a cherry garden. I'm going to get in at them.
Yes, sir. Are them favorite politician?
I can't tell you how I discuss that thing. But I do.
When you discuss it and your son as brilliant as this.
No, man, I get emotional. I want to say some things where.
No, careful.
So make me go to sport.
Right away. And something like when them just touch it and just move, you know.
I hear you ball, but take God well.
Me not ball. Me give you the facts. I don't know if you run up and down.
Well, I don't know. Every time Liverpool lose, you know, we analysis and break down why Liverpool are losing. You come idea and pet. Yes,
no, man, don't do that, man. Don't do that, man.
Yes.
Don't do that, man. Every time Liverpool lose, me not come tell you where they... You never hear me come over there and talk about the match where Liverpool play with they. You never hear?
You not got debt. You not got debt. What you can do a compare City squad and Pep squad.
No, boss, don't do that.
Yes, that's what you have. Yes.
Every time every time Liverpool lose, me come and talk. More than how me talk when them win. Don't do that, man.
But when I say Tracey,
the other day me watch them, is who they play with there?
Oh, Liverpool, Napoli.
Oh, the Champions League match. Oh, they win that. But me not talk about Curtis Jones, and some man run me down about Curtis Jones. They have a brother on a Facebook name. Where name? Dave or something like that. It's about 3 years now that man I try to convince me say Curtis Jones is a creative player, you know. Me say, this mad man that come off him. It's still on a Facebook, me boss.
What Tracey say about a year ago or 2 years ago? It's big discussion in the program about Liverpool Academy. Yeah, man, you say
I did not push that narrative there.
You are Liverpool fan, Liverpool have the best academy.
I did argument that, man. Because they excited by when we are by the little young youth, them like Elliot and them set a youth there. I mean, I tell you, say me never too. But that modeling of work in a modern football, my boss. You work when Alex Ferguson never done them thing. But you see that academy model where you buy some 15-year-old and you carry them through. That don't work at the top level in the football.
No, it can't work again.
Too much money.
Yeah, man. We still a listen still. We not get the time to talk about.
Big up yourself, man.
Yeah.
You get a half and half in that call, yeah. The first part of your call it good, but the part about Man City and Liverpool. Carry down your average. Big up yourself, Jesus. He carried on Jesus average. Don. Morning, Don. Morning, Don. Turn on the radio, Don. Please turn on the radio before you. Yeah, man. Morning, Don. Morning. And Don, this is the common sense man from the West. No, it's a different Don. A different Don. All right. Bless up.
Yep.
Wow.
We have to touch a little bit at the music thing.
Hot fire.
But we have to put it on a different level.
Yeah, we love that. Put it on a different level.
When a runner is a runner, right?
A runner is a runner.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in technical substance enhancing performance.
Yeah.
So but them youth are done violence already.
Yeah.
Listen to the tune and them do them thing, then just listen to the music enhance them performance.
Alright. You know something can't counteract that. It's long time I tell you say the best argument that you know. Because if you notice my argument not counteracting that way you say you know. So if the man if Pioneer and the man that argue smart, they would have raised that topic to me already, you know.
Alright, well I don't know. Me violence, you know.
Yeah.
Violence,
you don't violent already.
You look too realist in the young time.
Yeah, you don't violent already. You gone down the part there already. Yeah.
Are you just a normal youth like me and you too realist in the young time?
Yeah.
How comes you not go do it?
Yeah, because
you not go do the same thing when me do?
Because me don't have the violent propensity they like you.
Yeah.
Right.
Some man would have one of cliff and say, alright, I eat I enhance performance. Some man listen some bad man tune and say.
Yeah.
Such a road.
Yeah, man. This look here, this what you just said a while ago is the best argument from Pioneer them side of it.
Alright.
You see the youth them were violent already.
Yeah.
The music we gas them up.
Yeah.
But what me always, if you notice, all my word my counteraction, you know, me always tell him say music don't make no man go to bad.
Don't make no man do no.
Alright.
Tomorrow morning if Cartel sing a song say to wake up this morning and the vibe no reach feel right, just go up a peg yourself and chuck off. How much man I go about there and
I tell you. But a man ready have some issues.
Yeah.
And I think more if you go up a Pegasus go do that.
Yeah.
Probably when him hear it now.
Yeah.
He probably say, you know, it's a rated. You understand me?
Yeah, because him enhancing performance.
I get some brilliant call from yesterday, you know. You know, say the elder caller never get redundant for the show, you know.
Then if our next artist do a song now and say all bad man, go up here and all like gun them go through over the hard house and retire them show the Prime Minister say we're done with the foolishness.
Yeah.
How much man I go them go through them gun?
You don't bleach till the week up there. You don't bleach till the week up there. You know, right. Yeah. Brilliant.
Me I tell you what cause what the main problem with the crime and violence.
Yeah. You sure it can't talk by ear?
Yeah, man.
All right.
But them now come out, they're not brave enough to come out and say.
Yeah.
Government.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And the system of them set up. If you look and get a fine teeth come and cross all like that, them and iron teeth. This is the system of the government set up. And it push the youth them to do certain things.
Wow. You're serious?
Yeah, man.
Me don't think you can.
Me don't think you can channel it. Me I break down a little simple, but the government have a big role to play now.
All right, go on. Let me hear you.
All right, here's a taxi man. You drive a car and you just take your car from outside the garage, you know. Take your car fit like Shelly car in a wheels that take out fit like Shelly curvy like you need and bumper firm like this kit. Yeah, come down from town rain a fall, you know.
Yeah.
You drop in a bad road.
Yeah.
Bumper gone.
Yeah.
Car start shaky. When you reach down from money again just so. Examiner.
Bam.
Examiner. You don't have you show him say you just pick up a car from garage and this and through rain. What about me here so?
Yeah.
The matter say car no fit and this and that and the one.
Yeah, for God to say, hey officer, right on
I reckon that gun for no.
Yeah, man. So why I encourage you if you don't know?
Yeah, so boy, this thing, you go on, I remember the government now fix road good under them, you use the road, the bad road to hold on.
Me hear your thing, but I know government alone.
Yeah, man, but I said them have a major play in it.
Government charged with the responsibility, you know, for basically keep it under control and stamp it out if possible. All right. But there are some other factors external to government. All right, good.
Have you ever heard them come on TV that said about they want to have a crime prevention plan, not be a crime fighting plan? I hear them talk about.
Oh, fighting instead of prevention.
Yeah.
So it's when the crime start, it a fight. They not
fight. They're not trying to prevent it. You know, they're not trying to prevent it.
I hear you, my boss. I hear you.
So then we start looking to prevent things to happen before it happen. Yes. But them look to fight it when it happen.
Yeah. I get you.
So them need to looking at themselves and say, all right, we can do this, make sure say we tighten up, we bother them more. No. You get what I say?
Yeah. Them think they're government responsibility.
Government have a lot to pay. All right. The system where they set up in a school, them know say whole heap of the youth them are going to fail.
You feel so?
Yeah, man. The system set up in the youth. Yeah. They tell you how the system set up. Why you have some youth that come to school for 5 years where you know say when them left, them youth they not go pass with no CXP.
Because you have a duty to educate them to a basic standard. So that's why them have to go to school for 5 years, and 5 years does the basic standard.
They have them in a school already. Them teacher don't know when CXP come up at year time. They you have to a teacher has to recommend us.
Yeah.
We have 50 man left out of school with no subject. Then I have no backup plan.
No skill.
No skills. When them youth, they don't reach, some of them youth, they left school and them are 17, 18, right? And I say them parents have struggled to send them to school. Then I go tell them, say, then to send them a art. Why you not introduce some of the skill with art to teach in high school? That's when they use
because we can't answer that one day, because you see, you want to give them at least a foundation education, you know. And a high school, you see, a high school education is just seen as, it's just a basic education, that, you know. Up to 11th grade, you know.
We know say it now work.
So you can't stop a youth basic education before he reach 16 and 17.
No, we don't have to stop it, you know. We have to put some
additional thing.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we have to learn him, then I go tell him to figure out. Remember, so when some youth as them left school, them parents done with them, you know.
Yeah. All right.
So them have to go fend to themselves.
All right. Big up yourself, my boss.
Yeah, man.
Big up yourself. Welcome to the show. Yeah. All right. We'll go for a quick break. Soon come back. Sports Explosion. Soon come back. Alright, welcome back to the big bad show, the Sports Explosion. What do we do now, Garfield? Go back, Explosial Segment right now. Let's go to the Explosial Segment. Everybody, what's up, family? The Explosial family, listen.
Welcome to our Explosial Segment.
Morning, Sports Explosion, morning, Oral. I don't know if I'm too early, but Oral, you can say unbeaten until yesterday. From beat, you can say 2-0 Saturday. But like how through my travel and I radar, through my one I unbeaten team all season too, you know, but like how I mention it. So I'm a past school, so I would like, you just keep it that way. They don't mention it because you have goat more too.
Well, morning, Mr. Producer. It's fun, big up. Kabla here. Well, tap the phone, Mr. Brother. I don't say your opinion here, shares, you know. With this whole Nikita Miller, Jimbo, if the man out of all of the person when they bowl, whether you want them to say the man in the ball no good ball and in a ball to no good batsman, quality batsman, don't make it sound so brethren. Just give the man any credit. Who they in front of the man in the ball to batsman, you can't blame them. So who they put in front of them in the ball to and get the wicket. So just give the man any credit. Yes, we understand, say them the below par in terms of compare with Shane Warne or more the way. They not reach that top level yet, but give the man them credit, boss man. Now make it sound so boss. Alright? Kabla here, big up the show. I listen to your way and I laugh. And have a good morning. Good humor.
Morning Sports Explosion family. Guru in line. Yeah, I think
Oral Tracey, morning time, below average here. Be careful how you're reveling that name Flying Machine, you know. I would advise you to be careful how you're reveling that name. Till you find out exactly what the caller mean. Because that caller used to call Zidane and KLAS Simple Simon, you know. And me and you know what's when you consider somebody a Simple Simon, what that is. So be careful how you're reveling that name Flying Machine until maybe you should ask him what he mean by that. So you and him I think the same way. That's all I say to you.
Morning Sports Explosion family. Go red line. I think the worst ever selection I've seen in West Indies cricket was Patricia Thompson. Yeah man, that BJ never weighed nearly 400 pounds as a fast bowler. I don't know if that man it lasts more than a series, but that's the worst selection I've ever seen. Yeah man, that's even worse than Reefer. Yeah man.
Morning, Pioneer. You're wrong again. The song we are talking about Sasko sing is a mirror. Him not sing it based off, him not tell him a sing it based off where him see a go on. So him said, now that get Toyota get stifle, can't break the system now, no matter how him try to. Frustration. Make the Belgian go and pick up the rifle. Him just a continue the cycle, the frustration. And the music I tell you what go on. But the frustration make the Belgian go and pick up the rifle. Yo, how we not do that? Dalton, Garfield, play that tune and make Pioneer here as the show done. Bless.
Morning Explosion family. Morning Maverick. Morning producer. Maverick, when you not done the argument you know, man. Yes, the same man they not listen to you. You don't agree if you disagree no man. The music just can't lead nobody. Music now not so powerful. Other things in our society, Maverick. A sports we are talking about, man. We done the argument they know. Are you united from Portland? No.
Morning Tracey, big up yourself, brother. This might too late still to play, but I don't know. Yeah, as a pioneer I say, and you are talking about if you ever hear a song where a man endorse for molest little picnic. Me hear one man did have a song say under 17 but you over 16. If you rock and come in. I don't know why I'm saying that, so you can explain that to me. I remember Admiral Bailey have a song saying love him 2-year-old, you know, so you tell me what them song there say, you get me? Big up yourself still.
Yeah, bless up to all of the Sports Explosion fans. Bless up yourself, Warrior. Bless up yourself, Dalton Lee. And Garfield in studio. Bless up yourself, my boss. Tell Pioneer saying if you talk basketball, man, and come off of the music topic, because him just a talk be a foolishness. Be a foolish him attack. Because me no hear no song when a man a glorifying or rapists and them something there. A most song when me hear, a bun them a bun out rapists and people with trouble little picnic. So Pioneer talk about something else, man. We like here when you talk about football, we like here when you talk about basketball. Just love the dancehall space, brother. Because where you talk don't make sense and not sound good on the radio, Pioneer.
Morning Sport Explosion, morning Oral Tracey, morning producer. Boy, producer, normally you know how to play my voice note them, you know. But I just one thing me have to say. I beg you, please. This dancehall thing, man, really they go out of proportion and all, brother, man. You have really part of programs to that, man. A sports program, this, you know what I mean? We barely are getting a sports. You know what I mean? Today the UEFA champion, UEFA we call it with the league with United and Arsenal and them things. We don't hear nothing talk about that. We don't hear about no schoolboy football. We barely hear no sports. We do Pioneer car with this thing. Please, we beg on the man. You have to cut off, you know, man. You have to find a line where you cut off, brother. Gone too far, you know, brother, man. I swear, man. You have other programs, see them sitting there, man.
Good morning, Explosial Explosion. Oral, big up yourself and the team. Real Chelsea a card from out of New York. Oral, here we are going. Oh, I not hear the reggae boy team for the Cameroon friendly match. We are going. With the new coach a deal with. Give me a highlight on that. Bless up yourself and respect.
Morning, Sports Explosion. Producer, big up yourself. Maverick. I don't want to go play my things still, you know, but you want the man you need to love that music, something there, you know. And the music thing, Virgin. Sport today deal with. Every day, man, them come on and most of them a chat be a crap, Virgin. You see me, you know, sound good, man. Even Pioneer. Them man, they get banned for a month, Virgin. Man, sound like garbage, Virgin. Some man need to live a program, man, a sport program, man. We don't want you about no music, Virgin.
Good morning, Oral. Morning, producer. And to the Sports Explosion family. Oral, I'm glad you're bringing this dancehall discussion to an end. because we're just going around in circles. Discussion been going on and nobody has changed his position. Some people trying to create facts rather than understand them. Yeah, so thanks for bringing it to an end. Pick up Ricochet as usual. You know me now left Ricochet an inch. Myrna out.
Raymond Reefer, no Tracey. Floyd Reefer did worse. And a brother named Courtney Brown. The worst selection for West Indies test side ever. Courtney Brown is not a cricketer boss. Like me can't even say me hate him, but Courtney Brown, no man, them man they are not cricketer. You have man like Renako Martin and them man they rest in peace still. But Reefer not the worst, man.
Oral Tracey. Yeah, man. And it's massive. I love how my side Klein and College are going, you know. Yeah? They bounce in the leather. I love that. I like that. Like yesterday when I watch a match still, I say, yeah, Castle. Klein and College scored the 3 goals, you know. And now, yeah, Castle no score a goal. Klein and College scored the goal. Deflection of our defender, McNeil. Yeah. Go on my side. Klein and College the world. Out of Trinidad. Bad Indian from out of Trinidad, yeah. Big up your world, Klein and crew. Lenny are the teacher. Big up yourself every time.
That was our Explosial Segment.
Yeah, man. On the Clarendon College note. Couple of things. The Reggae Boys team, we were saying that the same thing in the sports department this morning, you know. The game is against Cameroon is October 9th. No, not October 9th. November 9th. November 9th. My bad. Next week, Wednesday, we don't hear the team yet. So we're asking, it's a curious situation. What is happening? We don't know if the JFF having problems getting players together because it's... Not a FIFA window, I understand that we're trying to get some of the MLS players, Blake and Corey Burke and some of them will play. But the man are not coming because they have final weekend. So we understand, obviously the JFF having some challenges putting a team together. Alright, the version now with it, Courtney Brown and Renard come out and no man, and Floyd Reefer, no man, boss, you don't remember Floyd Reefer in a regional cricket. Floyd Reefer used to make runs in a regional cricket, my virgin. Raymond Reefer has done no such thing. No man. Courtney Brown, me know you have a Courtney Brown because of that notorious cash away him dropping over, boss. Renard come out and used to make runs in a regional cricket, man. No man, not do that, man. Raymond Reefer, the worst thing in the history of West Indies cricket. Pelpa. Morning, Pelpa.
Morning, Oral. Morning to the Explosion family. Producer, big up yourself.
Every time.
Oral, here we go on now, because you say you want done the...
Yeah, man, the weekend, cut it off the weekend. Myrna just lay down the line.
Myrna and some other people know, you know. This is a diverse program, you know.
We know, man.
I went topic hot.
Yeah,
topic hot, man, I go continue upon topic. You see me, no disrespect to them, just let them know that. You see me, but here my local piece point now for you close it. You see, most of them people, I see a call, well, as some parents, them, where one DJ and other people be role model for them children and them to sit down and lay the rule for them children from day one so them children can follow them. Come here, Pioneer talk about him have one 17-year-old, Pioneer have a 18-year-old and a 17-year-old. Yeah, Jimmy G.
Yes,
and man, lay down the rules and regulations so them can follow. I mean, I go say more time them not go out of the way and do some little thing in a G.
Yeah.
You see me, but them know what to do. And man now go make hardcore music for you have a criminal intention. The music can't lead you astray, brethren.
Sir.
You see me? And what I know. You see, our broadcasting commission oral, them to get a beating because we shouldn't dare talk about where the music them a band because that should not play upon ear. None at all.
Yes,
so
sir.
them to get with them space a beating, set speed. Whether you want me down a Lampard, down a Frankfield and a oral. We hear some tunes from back in the days, Charlie Chaplin, Colonel Josie, and them man there, some tune with them man them beat down, some style with them man they gay. So all them man they my father and them man then in a them time they never come turn gunman and them thing they car. Them tune them I grow up come here my father listen to Colonel Josie, Charlie Chaplin, Ricochet, some hardcore DJ them man energy.
Tough.
One is Pioneer and them man they know them man there.
No, but them are going to say Charlie and Briggy and Josie no DJ. They think them are the youth. Them are not a DJ. No,
oh, you mean them a DJ now?
Yeah.
But Charlie, them never think about certain thing.
Yeah, man, and Josie.
Oh, I'm think
Briggy used to go down the line, but the rest of them, man.
I suppose to chopping alone them not sing about, but them sing about everything else, G. You see me, what I know. You see, the Joshua boy, them and the Skeng, them and them thing, the G. And my artists, them, I go for every tune of them sing. Right. Them have some tune where you can rap on, G. You see me? And the man them future that the man them work in a bridge just like how me go there and me do my work and you the pioneer do your work and pioneer do film work.
They one of the body song in the streets now a song named Dark Room where the youth name Shane no sing, man.
Shane no, yes.
Better than enough of the bad song where them claim bad from back in the day.
And so what am I say now? Dark Room I lead you for going to Dark Room. The man I sing about all the society I beat him now and no future and I get it for him.
Dark Room is a profound song, my boss.
And that the man I really
and that the song come out and no generation of dancehall. So it look like a one set of song the youth them are doing a dancehall. Yeah, stop the foolishness.
We sit down and take up with youth them just like our parents and grandparents used to do and guide them to come more better G.
Yes, sir. And stop depend on dancehall artists for growing up with them, brother.
The society out here rat me, you know. Oh, them now look beat on a MP. We got some boom and lick where our 400 million, 200 million. You see me? Them think that LPC out them for chop to bridging. When a man say MP goes a boom and he move that and nothing happen to him. I chop him that no general.
Yes.
What do you want? Big up yourself.
Big up yourself, Pelpa.
Every time.
Up and running, Pelpa. Diversity, Pelpa, say, you know. And we love the diversity, you know. We don't play. Below average. What do you mean by flying machine? What flying machine mean, my boss? Flying machine no plane. Flying machine no plane. No plane. Below average I try to tell. Hey, who we have? CJ?
Well, CJ.
Morning, CJ. How you doing, my boss?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, you I figure credit for you or you do your thing, you know.
Yeah, man.
But never use another famous word. You are being disingenuous.
Yeah.
With the call our name Shifi Boo yesterday.
Yeah.
I actually go back before me call.
And listen.
Listen. The man used one word well, Tracey, unique. And that just
as it relates to money. As it relates to money.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it make your eye open for some reason.
Yeah, but he never just use the word. He explained it, you know.
Well, Jason, this is the man say unique and so nobody can play like money.
Right, so that's so easy. So that's so easy to replace him.
Yeah, man. But all Tracy, everybody and most people now done. No people watch Liverpool like himself, even though what he must even Shifi Boo say, he may watch a football but he watch a little bit tight. So a man will just observe, you know. Right, and people watch it day in, day out. I tell you the same thing when Shifi Boo because no
one articulated like that.
No man. The man not articulate nothing different.
Oh, you mean him articulate?
The man just go listen back well, Jason.
Then I mean the man that talks on the radio.
The man say, and the man just use the word unique.
No man,
no man, listen man, if you can go back and listen. The man just continue use the word unique and then say, money can't be replaced. Other ballers are like robots and nobody can play like money. And the man just use the word unique. And him say, you just like you.
No, man, stop trying to water on the man thing, my boss. I don't know what understanding you get, but he never just use the word unique.
What else?
He said the man is unique, and he went on to explain. That is why it's not easy if he just go. It's like him. Hold on, man. Nobody else came here and said you can't just go for your next baller like money. Because Money has some unique skill sets on the defensive end and on the offensive end of the floor. The man went as far as to say I think him got, I mentioned when Money had dribbled the ball. How unpredictable Money play the football. The man going to some more details. No found with that struggle.
Well, Tracy, what you just said is what the man said. And I'm saying...
Yeah, but no found never said that before.
Well, Tracy, with the multiple of callers that have called and said, you know what, Money, you know, even myself, my call, you know what Shifi Boo has described Money to be? Shifi Boo has described Money to be what we would consider almost an engine player. And he also made hold on a man. And he also made the reference that just like every team, just the compare, because you said to him, say, boy, because Salah give you the goals, and he said to you, every big baller need a next baller beside him. And enough of we I said the same thing, just like Holland and Bruyne. Just like how right now with Arsenal, Partey in the middle now, playing, and Xhaka is able to play up front and not play so reckless. All right. Let me put it.
Let me put it this way, CJ. Fine, I don't know what you and the other people that articulate about the money thing. But certainly when you guys articulated it, it never sunk in my head like how it sink in my head. Right. When the man said, you see when the man say, look here, Maverick, when how money play, what the word they use again? What the word they say use to describe money again? Unique. Money have some, money play football a very unique way. You know, tell us the money are the best dribbler, are the best finisher, are the fastest player now. But he has some unique qualities that you cannot just go for a one man and replace money.
You know,
nobody never break it down like that to me, boss.
You know, me know. That's why I go back and listen because I know I listen at the moment. I go back and back. You know, the man point out here and which I agree and which enough how we say. Him point out the spell when man did injured, and the side never do well. I mean, no say me and other callers say. Remember when Mane injured, Liverpool is not the same. And you say, boy, no, because other players and Salah give the goal. Boy, Tracey, we have been saying that the one where the man uses all the way put to some, you know, the man just say unique and that set off oil Tracey.
No, but the unique description of Mane plus what that word highlighted to me, you know, was the mystery surrounding how Darren Núñez and even Luis Diaz, despite for them skill sets, you know, the difficulty they're having in being adequate replacement for Mane. Is that the man expect? Look here, talk like Chifibu.
You know, so I can describe something without defining it and you understand what it means.
But that man is a better communicator than the rest.
Let me tell you what I'll give you credit for. If you have a new caller and when you ask him, when you ask him the question, you say, so you think that Mane is one of the main reasons why Liverpool and the man replies say, you know, so when all of we say that, you know, you disagree, but you know what?
Yeah, but I did. But I did disagree with all of you. But the way how the man break all the thing yesterday, none of you succeeded to paint that kind of picture that the man painted yesterday. Take on the list.
No, man, listen, no. I'm literally taking up because guess what? My side is a party. What may I say? What may I say? That after everything and the man come back and made the main point, which I always say that Mane is one of the main contributing factors. That's why Mane missing is one of the main contributors. And you, me listen to this, or you respond to me, you know. It's like how you jump down and they probably say, no, you never disagree.
No, but I am saying, but you're not listening to CJ. No, man, you're not listening. No, man. You know,
let me tell you something. Go back and listen.
CJ, listen a little bit to CJ, man. When you guys come and say the main reason why Liverpool is struggling is because of money. That is very basic, my boss. This brethren went in a little bit more nuanced than the rest of you, my boss.
Just by saying that money is
probably is the one word they use. I saw the English language staying up. I saw the English language staying up. And you see at the moment when he said that, it kind of explained to me the difficulty people like Luis Diaz and Darren Núñez having in replacing Mane. Because those guys are good players in their own right, you know. Right? But because of the uniqueness of Mane's skill set, they are not able to fall into the slot as an effective replacement for Mane right away.
Okay.
You know, when the program down yesterday, I talked to somebody about the call there. And I said, the Virgin, if you call back, the show, you know. Because any call we make after I make a call there, it can't keep that level away.
Put it.
You see that standard the website yesterday? Put it
this way, as you say, people have been saying what he said, and it's just because it sounds different to you because one word. No, Mr. Tracey, let's be real. The point is that you in a sense, and it's your craft, it's what you have to do. You are going to naturally, naturally, and again, it's your method and not bashing the method. You are going to pander to a new caller because if it's the same energy where you come and disagree with you will give you caller a little time to get into the groove of calling the show. That is the reality. But anyway, let's
you're the man who's a genius. You're the man who's a genius. When we are struggling to understand what the man said all right, Maverick. You see, if you step off of that show here now, you see, because
nobody can replace.
The man never said that, you know. But he kind of said, for somebody just step in and replace me because of my Maverick personality. That man is a genius.
You see how the words are,
that man should not teach some class in some school.
Just while ago, me say nobody can replace it. So the man never said, but man define what replacement mean. Same thing. We have all been saying man is a unique, yeah, but we just never use the word. But anyway, have a good day. Next person can get
all right,
CJ.
Yeah, but it's so like CJ and Pioneer them don't want Brookie. Well, them Shifibu replace them status, you know. Shifibu, big up yourself, my boss. I tell you what to do. Don't stop trying to compete with Shifibu, because you're going to struggle. Shifibu, big up yourself. Anyway, them, my boss. See, Ricochet, big up yourself too, you know. Murder. They can't compete. Yo, we have a new wave of callers, you know. We are calling the show. Me like it. Who we have now? Stero King, no Stero King. I mean, Stero King, not Stero King.
Mr. Tracey, good morning.
Yes.
Shifibu. It's a thing with the World Cup.
Yeah, we need to do this before the program done to you know.
Yeah, look, a cancellation thing there.
And when it start?
I think I'm supposed to Friday.
Yeah, I may have some Premier League fixtures to for shoot out for the people.
Yeah.
JPL fixtures for the weekend.
Only one thing I want to talk about, but you know time
limited, yeah.
Yeah, my side now Chelsea, but you know you don't want to talk to Chelsea about you know. I tell me talk my beginner listen.
I can talk about Chelsea tomorrow.
Yeah, you know listen, but yeah man, you know listen when me talk about Chelsea. Come tell you say Saturday if you give me a balance and you send me a ball, no, impede the team and balance and get 4. I mean you say look out to the Chelsea, how about that?
Yeah.
Oh, this is Saturday on a break. Right? But you know you don't go deep in that. You see,
probably give Bright the parts. I don't know.
He looks up and then look at him again again. That's for the creator and if you see him for a Champions League game when we don't branch already. You get what I say?
Yeah.
And with the pet thing now, right? You know me is not a pet bootlicker, as you would say. But you see in terms of a pep and all the way you say, you're right. But guess what, Maverick? You know, how much money you spend on a baller or on a team, you still have to assemble them and get the best out of them.
Yeah.
So no matter if spend $1 billion in a transfer window or any coach at all, you say they can't get that team together.
No man. Let me show you how me no bias, you know. Pelpa the best at getting the money spent, get the player them, put them together, man. Pelpa the best at getting big teams to function. And that's the best of Pep.
Yeah,
man. If Pep go, you see Pep going at Chelsea with your whole talent on there. Pep make Chelsea win. Come up, whole ball around there, and he can buy any piece he want.
And yet the difference between
if you go to Liverpool, you have to change on the whole roster except Van Dijk.
No.
I tell you that.
Well, when you go to Liverpool, you know what? You have a bigger squad to deal with down after.
Mr. Boss, if you
and that's it. We have to realize with the two coaches. You see, Jurgen Klopp, him handle a smaller squad better than him handle a bigger squad.
Boss, if Pep was City, if Pep go Manchester, if Pep go Liverpool, sorry. Pep would have said Van Dijk and Alisson go over there, so and everybody else go to
No, me no believe that, Maverick. It's just that he don't want a couple more players we can bring out for the best.
No, Van Dijk and Alisson, everybody else should have gone. You think Trent Alexander could have played right back for Pep? You think so?
Yeah,
probably Salah and Thiago too. Probably Salah and Thiago. But everybody else gone.
Yeah, but are you compared the way you say as a cancel can defend, you know, and you cancel a player. Why you think Trent could play?
Alright. Alright. I hear you. I hear you.
But as I say, one coach handle bigger squad better than the other. And I feel like that's a difference right there. So.
Big up yourself.
But you have to keep prepping props.
Why is the program done so quick, man? Big up yourself.
Yeah, but read all the things still.
Alright. Big up Shifibu. You see here when Shifibu beat all of them. You see that painting thing on the wall where the man draw. When the man draw the painting thing on the wall, you know, in the girls, you know, when him say when him as a youth naive and coming at girls. No, sir. The man clinch it. My boss. Alright. But we want to mention the thing, you know. The Premier League fixtures for the weekend. We have tomorrow can talk about it still. But some nice games that come up. Yeah. Humble Lion versus Falkland Run at Effortville. Capital Maroons hosting Cavalier. Capital Maroon play Cavalier at Stadium East. Bullines and Mammee United at Stadium East as well. And then Tony Sparling Complex now. Yeah, Double Wall and Harborview on Firehouse and the Gardens. No, sir. The big match already. Stay tuned. We don't have bumps in the way. I'm big around that side. You know. We kind around at the Sports Explosion. You know. Yeah. Some of the program we just want to take from people. We give away when it comes to Christmas time around here. All right. That's it, you know. Now I feel like we'll tell. You know, some feel like we'll just go out there about 12 o'clock today. That's some feeling. You know, some days you feel away there. Yes, we'll be back here tomorrow morning, Fun Style Friday, to pick it up all over again. Until then, this has been the Big Bad Sports Explosion.